Hi, everyone. I hope you had fun today in class. I did. I thought it was pretty cool. So I promised you that we would be doing barcodes today. So I have a few items here that I'm going to use. I'll show you them in advance. I have a Coke bottle. So here's the barcode on that. Of course, you can't see it because the glare is too big. And I have some organic Valley eggs. There's the barcode here. And I have, what shall we use? I have Olivia's Organics spring mix. We will use that. And here's the barcode on the back of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about barcodes. Hopefully you've watched the gag video, which I thought was kind of cute. And so let's get started. Okay, I'm going to share my screen with you and we'll start the PowerPoint presentation. There we go. All right. So let's talk about ID numbers and the check digit, otherwise known as the barcode. Oh. Here we go. So here are some questions for you. Describe what happens when a clerk scans an item at the checkout counter. Remember when you watched the video with the scanner prank, what happened? Why do you think we use bar-coded UPC labels, like on the Coke can and this carton of eggs and salad, and I bought a camcorder, basically everything that we have here, LED lights, I bought those, they have them. So why do you suppose we use coded UPC labels? And what year do you think they were first scanned? And what was the first item scanned? I'll wait. If you said that the first thing that was scanned was Wrigley's gum in 1974, then you were right. Can you believe it? June 26, 1974. That was, gosh, a long time ago. That was 46 years ago. That was a long time ago. Actually, my hair, it was the year after I started doing my hair. So that's pretty cool. It's been a long time. It's hard to believe that scanners have been around that long, or that there was ever a time when they weren't. So today, UPCs are used on nearly every item that you purchase, whether it's in the grocery store, the department store, online. Especially now during COVID, people are ordering a lot of stuff online. Even cars have barcodes. So if you go to your parents' vehicle and you look in the front window, you'll see a barcode. It's usually in front of the driver. And you look in the windshield in the front, you'll see a barcode. But if you open the driver's door, and you look down the side, you'll see a bunch of barcodes. Right now, it's estimated, actually before COVID, it was estimated that barcodes were used more than 5 billion times, 5 billion with a B times, every day before lunch. So here is a UPC code, right? You've seen it. Now, believe it or not, the computer, when it scans, doesn't read the black bars. It actually reads the space in between the bars, which I thought was pretty cool. There's different combinations of numbers and spaces, and the physical numbers that you see here on the bottom are actually for us. They're not, the computer doesn't read the actual numbers. Now, you'll see a whole bunch of numbers, a whole set of numbers, and then you'll see this. That's what we call the check digit, okay? So as we go through and we do the calculations, you'll see the importance of this number, and that's what we're going to do in class tomorrow. But I'm going to go through and give you an example now, so you'll know what to do tomorrow. Okay, for whatever reason. All right, let's go back to the cursor. There we go. All right, so this is something we call a function. When we have a function, what it does is it makes it, we have a rule, we have numbers, okay? So our numbers go in here. Then we put the numbers through a series of changes or an equation. And then we take those numbers and one and only one thing comes out. So for example, something that you have in your house, like a toaster, okay? A toaster has a function. When you put bread in a toaster, you put it in, the toaster does what the toaster does, and toast comes out of the other side, right? In the same way, when we use numbers, that happens too. One and only one thing comes out. When I put bread in a toaster, orange juice, toast, and eggs do not come out of the toaster. Only toast comes out of the toaster. In the same way, when we do these numbers, particularly with check digits, what's really cool is when we put it through the function, one and only one thing comes out. One and only one number comes out. All right, so these are the calculations. This is what goes on behind the scenes when you are doing a, when you hear the bleep, bleep, every time you are grocery shopping. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write down the numbers and then I'm gonna put the check digit on the outside. Here we go. So for my eggs, I'm reading the barcode down here on the bottom, the numbers, and I start with the number on the outside. So the number on the outside is 0. Then we have 9, then 3, 9, 6, 6, 8, 1, 1, 2, 1. And the check digit is 6. Okay, so I'm writing that's the last digit. So I'm writing that separately on the side. Okay, so now here it says, and I'm going to color code these. So my odd digits I'm going to have as blue. Now it's not the odd number digit, it's the odd space digit. So I'm going to do the first space, the third space. I think what I'll do is I'll circle them. The first space, third, 5, 7, 9, 11. Okay, so those are what they mean when they say the odd digits. So I have 0 and 3 is 3, plus 6 is 9, plus 8 is 17, plus 1 is 18, plus 1 is 19. So I take that number 19 and I put it there. Okay, there we go, 19. Now it says multiply that number by 3. This is where your calculator comes in handy. So I take 19 times 3 and I get 57. Okay, good. 57. That's the number that we're going to use. Now it says to add the even digits. So basically you're going to add the digits that you didn't add before, and we'll do those in red. So I've got 9, 9, 6, 1, and 2. 9 and 9 is 18, and 6 is 24. 1 is 25, and 2 is 27. Okay, so I've added, and it says do not include the check digit. So that means don't add the last digit. Okay, so we're leaving that last digit out there on the side. Now it says to add the numbers, add the answers from step 2, that's 57, and step 3, that's 27. So I'm going to add these two numbers together, and I get 84, right? So here's my number 84. 84. Okay. Now it says the check digit is the number that you would have to add to get the next multiple of 10. So the next multiple of 10 up from 80, so we go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. The next multiple up from 80, 84, is 90. And what do I need to add to 84 to get 90? 6. That's how this works. Isn't that cool? I just think that's so cool. So I'll save the screenshot and we will look at that later. So let's take another one. I'm going to do the Coke bottle. Let's see if that one works. Okay. So my Coke bottle doesn't have as many numbers, but it should work. Okay. So we'll write the, I'll write it in black. So we have 0, 4, 9, 1, 8, 2, 0. Whoops. Sorry. So we have 2, 0, and then the check digit is 2. Notice how I put it all the way out here so that I don't mix it up. All right, so now, just like before, I'm going to add the odd digits. So that's the first digit, the third digit. Okay, so first digit, the third digit, the fifth digit, and then in this case, the seventh digit. So 0 and 9 is 9, and 8 is 17, and 0, that makes this number 17. Now we're going to add the ones that we didn't do before. So 4 and 1 is 5, and 2, 6 is 7. Uh-oh, doesn't look like this is, oh, whoops, I forgot to do something. I forgot to multiply 17 by 3. So 17 times 3 is 51. So let's put that. So that's 51. Okay, good. So now I'm going to take 51 and 7 because I'm adding these two together, and I'm going to get 58. The multiple of 10 that's up from 58 is going to be 60. And I have to add 2 to 58 to get 60. It works every time. It should work every time. So that's what we're going to do in class tomorrow. If you want to like go around the house and find some stuff to do before then, it's actually pretty cool. I enjoy doing it. So let's go on to the next one. Oops. Okay. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to try to put you in groups so that you guys can do yours together, and then we'll come back together, okay? Let's see what's next. All right, so each time a UPC label is scanned, the calculation that we just did is done automatically. It's actually done in a split second. Can you imagine all of that work that we just did? Boom, happens just like that. I think that's so cool. All right, so why do we use check digits? It helps us to determine what the, if there's an error. In the past, when these things were first coming out, people would like scratch it off and they would try to put something else there, and then it would get somebody else's attention. It's to keep it from counterfeit, people trying to get away with stuff. So can you think of any other reasons why companies might use UPC codes? So come to class tomorrow prepared to tell me why you think about the companies that use the codes and why they would use those codes. Why would they use codes? All right, so now We see them all over the place. They're in credit cards. I just came back from Jamaica. It was on my airline, on my boarding pass. That number that I told you in the front of the car in the driver's side, that's called the vehicle identification number, the VIN number. It's like a fingerprint for a car. And the US Postal Service uses it. UPS uses it. A whole lot of different companies use it. And the calculations that you do are different. So if I took a credit card and I tried to use what we just did, the function we just did with the numbers with the credit card, it wouldn't work. Those are a different set of numbers. So why do we use barcodes? They're faster. They're much more accurate than trying to figure out how much things are. They save, now this is from 2010. This is from 2010. Back then, they saved $17 billion annually in the grocery industry alone. That's a lot of money. It makes it easier to return stuff. You don't even need a receipt anymore in some places because all they do is they just scan the item in your card and they know that it's yours. It's pretty weird. Stores can handle more products. All right. Lastly, and we will talk about this tomorrow as well. Lastly, your social security number does not have a check digit. What problems do you think that could create and actually have created? So we'll talk about those things tomorrow, and this ends the lesson. We'll see you tomorrow with your goods and your UPC barcode. Have a great night.